I'm joined by Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Joining me now right at the top of the show is Abhishek Manu Singhvi. He is Congress leader, senior Supreme Court lawyer, senior CWC member, and also appearing for Sonia Gandhi in the case. Dr. Singhvi, appreciate your joining us. I know you've been in a vehicle in Bengaluru as you speak to us. As you heard from Munish Pandey, Sonia Gandhi now questioned over 2 days for more than 8 hours. She will again be questioned tomorrow. According to Munish Pandey, the ED wants to know the exact nature of financial transactions in which Mrs. Gandhi may have been involved. Your response?
Rajdeep, I was hearing this. Of course, as you can see, I'm in a vehicle because I've come to meet somebody medically unwell. But the point is that you asked the right question. And there can be no answer to that question because the real answer to your question, Rajdeep, is all these hours, tomorrow maybe 15 hours by the end of the day, are for humiliation, for pettiness, for vendetta. And I'll tell you why. It is inconceivable to a kindergarten law student or a commonsensical human being as to how you can ask more than 5 or 7 questions. And give me just a couple of minutes to enlighten your viewers through you. One, why did you take on Young India, as your correspondent rightly say, and why did you become a shareholder director? Well, Young Indian was a company associated with the larger family of also AJL, also National Herald, also the Congress party. And do you think we will ask the president of the BJP to become an associated person with the Young Indian? Obviously, the senior people of the Congress lent their name to become directors and shareholders. But what is the point of this question? Can you, Rajdeep Sardesai, as a director or a shareholder of Young Indian, take even a penny in any form? That's the relevant question.
So the relevant question, Dr. Singhvi, which the ED is entitled to ask, is the nature of the transactions that were taking place between associate journals which held, just a minute, sir, National Herald and the Young India Trust, the so-called Section 25 company that was formed by the Congress party in a way with the likes of Sonia Gandhi as their directors. They want to know the nature of the financial transactions between these two companies.
Rajdeep, allow me that much. I have been handling this case. Allow me to speak. What is the nature of the transaction? Sonia Gandhi did not deal at any point of time with the nitty-gritty, nor did Rahul Gandhi. The treasurer was Mr. Motilal Vora. The constitution of the Congress does not require the treasurer to take the permission, revert back, or coordinate with the president for any of these activities. Point one. Point two. Everything which you are saying and which they are purporting to ask is in documents recorded. There is no need for questioning except humiliation. I'll tell you why. Over 10 odd years, roughly large amounts of money to the employees of National Herald, and such people are rarely profitable, became due in arrears as salary, wages, bonus. Over the time, ad hoc basis, Congress gave by check these payments which were made by check by AJL to its workers, either as bonus, gratuity or wages. Over time, therefore, this ran up to whatever the figure you said, 80-90 crores, over decades. To clean up the balance sheet of AJL without transferring one single property of AJL, Young India was created, and as I've said earlier, it would be the most foolish person who would create a Section 8 not-for-profit company like Young India, siphon of money, when you can't even take perks or salary or dividend. What do you siphon off? Then the next question is, you are saying you want to question for what? You paid these amounts by check. Instead of this debt which had run up in AJL, AJL issued shares, converting its debt into equity, and therefore Young India became a shareholder of AJL. Converting debt into equity is a well-known technique in the corporate market. The shares were held largely 90% plus by Young Indian. Young India had shareholders and directors like Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Motilal Vora, etc. None of them could take a penny. Every money flow is documented. The properties of AJL, be it some property in Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg or elsewhere in India, not a single property moved. The law is very clear that Company A, which has the shares of Company B, even if Company A owns Company B 100%, Company A does not become the shareholder of the properties owned by Company B. Now, what is the questioning? Can you imagine what I have summarized to you, running through very fast in about 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
No, you've given me
of 20 hours.